I believe that we are slowly going live. So to those on Hopins, I would like to say hello to you. But also to those who are here with us in person in Wrocław. This session is Fintech, and it is a great pitch contest session powered by Greenhouse by Comarch. So everyone, round of applause for the partner of this session. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our jury. Piotr Filipiak, Consulting Director at Greenhouse by Comarch. Konrad Ozdowy, Innovation Expert from PKO Bank Polski. Tomasz Michalek, Startup Scout from KB Smart Solutions. And Łukasz Słoniewski, Business Unit Director at Comarch. All right, let's see if we can dial in our first startup. And it will be InvestTown and Peter joining online. Yeah, it always takes a minute.
Perfect.
So, okay. We can see your presentation. I'm starting the clock. Good luck.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Happy to be here. And I'm here today to talk to you on behalf of InvestTown about a very real problem, which is the fact that 91% of people in the Central European area do not invest. This has three main causes. Lack of trust. People don't trust companies with managing their money, and they don't trust the underlying assets. They feel like markets can crash from underneath them at any time. They don't feel like they understand the markets enough to invest in them. And of course, they lack the capital to invest in the assets that they truly believe in. This is resulting in over 1 trillion euros being devastated by inflation in bank deposits. And I'm here to talk to you about InvestTown, about the solution to this problem. InvestTown is the first platform in the Czech Republic that allows everyone, no matter their economic background, no matter their status as an investor, to invest in real estate. We tackle the three main issues: trust, simplicity, and stress that comes with investing in real estate. We are a partner of Erste Group of Česká spořitelna, which is the largest commercial bank in the Czech Republic, brings a lot of trust with our investors. Users can start with as little as 20 euros, and registration is done through a very simple user interface, and it only takes around 20 minutes. And we take care of all the important and stressful sides of the investing in real estate. We analyze the properties, we buy them, and then we manage them. Our traction within the first year has been incredible. We've managed to amass 50,000 users who invested over 18 million euros through our platform, and that shows that we've hit the perfect market fit. An average user will invest 10.5 times with InvestTown, which goes to show that they consider this a long-term monthly investment. And over 45% of people that we successfully verify end up investing with us. Now, our business model from our side works this way. We are the sole owners of all the properties on our platform, which of course leads us to benefit from the increase in value. Last year, that was in Czech Republic 16%, which is way above the European Union average. That's made a difference over 3 million in just our portfolio. We take 5 to 20% from the monthly rent from our tenants. So we use that money to manage the tenants, to upkeep the properties, and to make the whole process for our investors as smooth as possible, so they don't have to deal with that. Now, what's next for us? We would like to become a wealth management platform. We would like to allow people to plan their financial future with us, allow them to set up and forget their investments, and simply monthly deduct money and invest that for them. That way they can see their growth month on month, year on year, and they can do all of that without having access to millions in their account. Thank you very much for your attention. This is the email on my screen. Please feel free to get in touch with any questions, I think. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Round of applause for you from here, from Wrocław. Do we have any questions? You have microphone in front of you, so whoever would like to kick off, feel free to start.
Okay, thank you very much for a very interesting pitch. And one question from me. There are on the market real estate investment trusts, and for example, me as an investor, how you can convince me that I go with you and not with real estate investment trust, which is regulated and very safe for me, and with rate I can also start with €1 of investment. I don't need to buy the whole apartment.
Of course. Thank you. Great question. When it comes to real estate funds, the main difference between us and them is the fees. Basically, InvestTown operates with no fee policy. The only fee that we have is we charge 0.9% for a preliminary exit from the investment. Let's say a property is in the platform for 5 years. If somebody decides to exit after 2 years, the fee is 0.9%. And the next thing is liquidity. We basically take pride that we are able to release investors' money within the matter of days compared to the real estate trust funds, which would take weeks, sometimes months to let you exit the investment.
1 minute left.
And you said that one of the biggest problems and issues why people do not invest is that they are afraid because they just don't know it. They are afraid to invest the money, that they will lose it. How do you want to solve it in a mass scale, in a mainstream, like to make those people stop being afraid of that?
Yes, thank you for your question. Well, first of all, we put a great emphasis on educating people, not just pushing our platform in their face. We want to show that investing is nothing to be afraid of, and we do this on 2 different fronts. First of all, we've partnered with the largest commercial bank in the Czech Republic to show people that this is not a project that can fall down at any point and just collapse, because we have a really strong partner standing behind us. And second of all, our proprietary algorithm analyzes the market for the investors, and we only select the best opportunities for them. So by providing long, stable, and profitable opportunities, we want to show people that there really isn't anything to be afraid of when it comes to investing with InvestTown.
All right, that's the time that we had for the questions. So big round of applause. And now let's welcome on stage right here, Pundi. Are you here with us? This is what you need in order to pitch. So this is your pitching devices. And now I'm starting the clock to 3 minutes, and good luck.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So I'm Victor from Pundiex. We are a Singaporean-based startup, and it's a pleasure being here with you today. So to start, blockchain technology is promoting an amazing redesign in many aspects of our lives. There's still lots that we will understand in the future of how this will reshape like economics, social relationships, and etc. But the big challenge is how do we make sure that everyone is able to interact with this amazing technology, which is still quite hard today for an average person. So our mission is to create solutions, products that makes it very easy for everyone to use cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. We were born in Singapore. We have 6 different offices, different locations, and over 70 employees in the company. So we do operate in 2 business verticals. One is crypto payments, and the other is crypto shop, which I will tell you more about this now. So crypto shop are physical locations where people can go and buy and sell cryptocurrencies easily. So this offers on-ramp and off-ramp way for average people, but not only millennials and teenagers to interact with cryptocurrencies. And crypto payments. So we started with this POS device, which is a hardware that merchants can use to easily interact with cryptocurrencies. So the nice thing we do is we provide fast confirmations, especially for small amounts, small transactions, usually 1 confirmation on the blockchain. And we also provide instant settlement, so the merchant is not exposed to the volatility of cryptocurrencies. It doesn't have to worry if the cryptocurrency is going up or down. Some other parts of our product is the X wallet, which is our proprietary wallet. The big advantage is that if the customer is using the X wallet, he's actually transacting off-chain, meaning that he doesn't have to pay for the gas fees or even wait for like 15, 30 seconds or 1 minute for confirmation. And the XPS card, which is this very user-friendly interface for customers to use cryptocurrencies within our system. There's also a distributor and a merchant portal where merchants, distributors can keep track of their reports, funds, and etc. We are very focused on integration. So we started with our own hardware, but now we've been integrating with major POS manufacturers in the market. And we also open what we call open platform, which is a way for different projects and even CBDCs to be listed, integrated to our platform. Our business model is quite simple. So we charge what we call merchant discount rate. So we take a cut on every transaction. And for crypto shops, we also charge the brand licensing. They can use our brand and etc. So these are some of the countries where we have most traction at this moment. And in 2022, we are very focused in a few key markets, which is Argentina, El Salvador, Honduras, the Netherlands, and Spain. So some interesting cases here. One of our offices is actually located inside Ingenico's office, the one in Brazil. So we keep this very close relationship with Ingenico, Worldline actually. We have partnered with MakerDAO, the issuer of DAI stablecoin, and that allowed us to distribute over 1,000 devices at no cost for merchants across few countries in South America. And we also have partnered with one of the biggest EDM festivals, which is Ultra Festival. So in Taiwan, we integrated their own coin, Ultra Coin, so festival goers could use this token to pay for beverages, merchandise, and everything else in the event. So we are running a Series A right now at 10 million, and preferably in tokens. So our tokens currently sits at 200 million market cap, so quite substantial for the crypto market. And yeah, we look forward to have investors and VCs that can not only support us with money, but also with the so-called smart money that can help us to push our presence globally. Thank you.
Thank you. We've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the questions. Are there any from our judges? Konrad, feel free.
Okay, so let me start. So thank you very much for your pitch, but my main question is, because, okay, it's great idea and a great project, but what about Europe? I mean, you're from Singapore, you're showing us the countries that where we are entering. Of course, you have the plans, Spain, yeah? Is the
right.
But we are in Poland, Wrocław, and looking for the investment here. So my question is, what about entering more countries, like in your
Okay,
opinion?
that's a very good question. So, so our business model is actually to distribute our technology to other companies, which we call distributors, that will later reach the end users. The customers will launch the crypto shops locally. So we, cryptocurrencies were born to be borderless. So definitely, the whole world is our market. As of now, we have a presence in over 30 countries with local distributors, and we are certainly working to find distributors and partners that can help us to expand our presence in Poland.
We still have time for the questions. Go ahead.
Hi, I was wondering, what's the typical merchant receiving crypto payments? Why would they do that? And second question is, can you elaborate a little bit more about your token? You said you issued in a token. Why? Why is that, and how does it work?
Awesome. So in regards to the token, it works. So we have Pundex chain, which is a chain where we process on-chain transactions, and that token serves as a fuel for confirming the transactions. Okay. So in regards to the merchant profile, in a few countries especially where inflation is really high, like Turkey, Argentina, then there's this big trend of crypto payments. So people are already really use it to that, and really taking advantage of that to protect themselves against the inflation. But in some other markets, payments is not really a thing. I mean, just because it isn't a need. So mostly, crypto early adopters are the ones using it for payment. So that's why we also started the crypto shop, which is this on-ramp and off-ramp way for people to interact with cryptocurrencies by buying and selling, not necessarily only using it for payments. So different markets, kind of different strategies to meet like local demand.
Super. Thank you so much. We don't have any more time, so I'll take this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, and see you around in the expo zone as well. So now let's try to dial in our startup that will be joining online, and it's FlowPay and William. So let's see if we can connect.
Hi.
Hi, William. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me and see me?
We see you, but we only need your presentation to kick off. We can
it's
see it.
being
I'm
shared.
starting the, yes, I can see it. I'm starting the clock. Good luck.
Thank you. Hi, I'm William, the founder of FlowPay. I've always been very passionate about SMEs. I believe they're the heart of the economy. They don't only have a massive add in GDP, but also on a socioeconomic level, and they drive the economies forward. I personally worked in financial consulting, where I co-founded a firm of 300 consultants, 20 offices, where I came in touch with a lot of small businesses. These companies would always come to me looking for some sort of financing. We would do the classic process, go to a bank, it would take 3 months. And after a certain period of time, they would most of the time say no. I was always frustrated by this because the key metric they used was a tax return, which in 90% of the time, small business optimizes these tax returns. So I started looking around. I saw that there's a lot of point of sale platforms, aka cash registers, e-commerce platforms, which are collecting a lot of real-time data about the business. But most of the time, they're not offering other products on top of this data, and they are only providing basically the main core products. So we thought, why not build a white label solution, aka embedded financing solution, which is able to process this data and offer certain products on top of that, such as financing products. So our machine learning model not only analyzes risk of the merchant, predicts future revenues, offer other data insights, and once we provide this financing, we are able to share revenues with the platforms and adding them with another revenue stream. In the year since our founding, we've connected with over 4 platforms in the Czech Republic with access to over 20,000 small businesses. We've done over 1 million euros in financing, and we are growing faster and faster as we go. Our final goal, I would say, is we would really want to identify key success metrics of a small business. And based on that, even without seeing long-term history, be able to offer them with a financing solution. We have a very experienced team of 10 full-time employees, members of the Czech Fintech Association. We've just been invited to join Techstars, and advisors such as Michal Schmida, the founder of Twisto, a BNPL solution. We're now planning on expanding to at least 3 new markets this year and ramp up our basically financing to over 10 million euros. We really want to change the landscape of SME lending and hope to do so. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Round of applause for you from Wrocław. And now let's move on to the questions. Are there any from our judges?
Yeah, thank you for your pitch. One question from me. How do you compare your fees against bank loans?
As inflation has been affecting the interest rates, we had to, of course, increase our interest rates, but not as much as banks have. We are a bit more expensive, but in the long run, we would, of course, want to compare with them on the product, but we are competitive in the speed and with the flexibility we can offer the financings at.
Thank you. And you are targeting on early stage SMEs, yeah? In early stage.
So yes. Well, even to basically cover their operational costs, cover their basically storage, because you've got from physical retail stores to restaurants to e-commerce platforms. E-commerce shops, sorry, not platforms.
Hi, William. I'm wondering what's your unique selling proposition in regards to competition, for example?
Two, I would say things is our width, because most of the competitors offering purely to e-commerce platforms. We are offering also to physical retail cash registers, point of sale systems, and also the type of scoring we offer. Banks, classic, as I was explaining. Then you've got revenue, basically financing models, which look at historical revenues. But where we look at is we look at the future. Therefore, we predict seasonality. And based on that, we are able to offer them with financings and the height of that.
We still have 2 minutes. Are there any questions? Any other questions from our jury? Okay, would you like to add something real quick to the audience here in Wrocław watching?
I think I've said everything. Really, what we do is, also maybe follow up on that question. Are competitive? offering other data insights that we offer to the platforms and to the SMEs for free. Therefore, we are able to partner with them as they're looking to see how they should use the money. So it's also kind of a data-driven business, because a lot of these businesses in e-commerce, it's very similar to run it on, use other applications, help them with their products. But let's say when it comes especially to physical retail, stores and restaurants, they still run everything pen and paper. So by offering them with data insights and assistance in this, we are not only leading them, but as well offering the financing to it.
One more question from my
All right.
side. So what's the idea for the scaling? Like, how would you like to go globally, and how the financing would be looking, and what's the plan here?
Oh, well, we're focusing now on the CEE region. We currently are opening partnerships in new markets, Romania, Croatia, Hungary, Bulgaria, Austria as well, where we have partner platforms where we'll be connecting. The advantage to us is because we embed directly with them, we can, through access to one platform, we can get thousands of clients instantaneously. In the long run, we would, of course, be very agnostic, as the product can expand globally, not just to the local markets. But we see that some competition are focused on Western Europe, but Eastern Europe is being, let's say, left behind. So there's much more opportunity here.
Okay, thank you so much. So round of applause again for you. Thanks for joining virtually. And now I believe that we will welcome on stage Simply Rent and Piotr. So please join us on stage. This is your mic. There you go. I'm starting the clock to 3 minutes. Good luck.
Cool. We are an online platform that helps landlords mitigate their financial risks and smoothly onboard tenants. So guys, how many of you are landlords or tenants in this room? Cool, so listen carefully, because our platform can impact your lives, and I will tell you why and how. There are plenty of pain points in the renting process, and it's international. It's not only in Poland, but we currently operate mainly in Poland. There are late or no rental payments. Over 25% of landlords experience delays in the payment from their tenants, and over 10% never receive the payment from the tenant. There are 25% landlords that claim they had issues with the damaged property. It's a real big issue that we are trying to solve with our end-to-end digital platform that first starts with tenant screening, but we are trying to cover the whole rental journey, as you can see here. So why tenant screening? It's been a very successful way to acquire first customers, especially in countries like Poland, where it's not a market standard to do any tenant screening. It's not a market standard to ask for salary, for credit agency reports. So we created this very digital process that starts with landlord generating a link that they send to tenant. Tenant goes through a three-stage process, and then both parties receive the tenant certificate. What's the tenant certificate? Well, tenant certificate is a three-stage report that confirms the identity, that confirms the affordability and credit check of the tenant. And everyone always says, oh, my tenant would not like to go through this process. What the hell? Well, 95% of tenants claim that our process is easy to follow, and then they actually go through it and they don't have any issues with completing it. So that was the first step. The second step was like, well, we do the tenant screening. It would be nice to guarantee rent. We did 2 packages of insurance in cooperation with PZU. The first one is tenant insurance bundle. Tenant insurance bundle is basically an insurance that covers accidental damages in the flat caused by tenant, and the landlord insurance bundle. Well, that's the unique product on the Polish market, the first one in Poland that covers basically lack of payments from the tenants, up to 9,000 Polish zlotys or 3-month rent, and also some damage protection, legal protection insurance, a completely unique and first in Poland product. Our clients, we work with the biggest names in the industry. We work with the PRS, sort of private rented sector players, the guys that are mainly entering Poland, but very present in the foreign markets. We work with the biggest agencies, but also individual private landlords. We partner with the biggest rental estate companies and the insurance groups. We partner with Autodom with OLX that promote our product, and also PZ2. We are an award-winning startup. We hope to continue. And our team consists of experienced people with international background. We have tech co-founders, we have business co-founders. We have also support from, for example, Paweł Zym, who is ex-CEO of Breu Ubezpieczenia, that was later acquired by AXA, and also an angel investor. Thank you so much. Here are the contact details, and let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you so much. And now let's move on straight to the questions. So, our jury, do you have any questions? I can see Konrad with the microphone.
You can start. Thank you, Piotr, for your presentation. I see right now like the big trend of the startups in the like the renting ecosystem. Let's name it like this. But my main question is because from my point of view, the main problem with when you are a landlord and renting apartment is when maybe not the lack of payment, but when there is lack of payment, the problem of getting out, the not payment, and this is in Poland is najem okazjonalny. I don't know how it is in English, and how do you offering such a service also?
No, we actually started to offer part of this process because one of the biggest issues in najem okazjonalny, I don't think there is a good translation for this. It's basically the lack of the address where the person could move out to. Well, right now on our platform, we can purchase this address. So if the person is from abroad, you can basically use our platform to purchase the address where this person could move out in case of lack of payments. So we are literally like first screening the tenant, then we are guaranteeing payments for a certain period of time when there is a legal process, etc., etc. And then at the end, the person can move out using the najem okazjonalny solution. So we are actually, literally last week, we started covering this case. So thank you, it's very relevant.
Cool. Do we have any other questions? All right.
One more question from me. In my opinion, your success depends on convincing rental agencies to use your solution. What's the plan to convince the rental agencies?
Lots of calls from me and my co-founder, but obviously this would take a lot of time. So that's why we started working with Autodom and OLX, who has amazing contacts directly with the agencies, obviously, because that's where they market their solutions and their listings. So we work directly with them, and Autodom distributes our products directly to the agencies. So that's our growth hack. And when it comes to the institutional players, we go directly.
Is there a benefit for the tenant to go through the process and give you all the information?
Well, first of all, they will get the apartment. So in the tenants market right now, it's kind of you kind of need to do it. But we see more and more that our solutions are used as an alternative to deposit. So if tenant goes through the process, it's verified. And actually, I didn't mention the most important thing, the insurance guarantee is based on the scoring from the tenant certificate. So PZU linked the pricing depending on the scoring from our tenant certificate. It costs 29 zlotys per month if your scoring is good. If you don't have the tenant certificate, it's 50 zlotys per month. So there is a price benefit for the landlord. The landlord quite often starts to offer like, look, I will need to pay for the insurance, go through the process, like maybe contribute to the insurance, but you don't need to do the 3 times deposit or whatever we would expect from you.
Perfect. We don't have time for any more questions, so
thank you.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause. And now let's move on to the next speech that will be also in person, and it's going to be Tap to Pay. So, Eugene, the stage is yours. I'm starting the clock now.
Hi everyone, my name is Eugene, I'm CEO and founder of Tap to Pay. We activate payments in all digital channels for SMEs, especially we focus on social media, messenger, website, and social networks. So the market really growing really fast, and it's gonna reach about 600 billion in the next 27. But merchants face couple challenges during the checkout process, enabling checkout process in these channels. It's very long steps. It's very limited payment options because of restrictions of the social networks and providers, and really hard to cross-manage all these sales in the channels. But we offer unified solutions that are available everywhere, in the website, social network, messengers. It's really work as simple as possible. Merchant activate account in Tap to Pay and can put payment links, widgets on the website, social network, messenger, and so on. It's really seamless payment process because a customer don't need to install any new application. We support different payment methods. It works on any device. It supports buy in one click, and even we connect buyer and a seller in one messenger interface. They can communicate before the sales or after. Let's see the demo how it works from the customer point of view. So customer just open social network, find out really nice idea, click on the post, and immediately get invoice in messenger with all information about the product. The customer can accept it and select a payment method. Let's add a new one payment method. It could be cards, it could be Blik, it could be PayPal, so everything. By the way, we are a Polish financial licensed company with a KINEF license for activating payments in these channels. As you can see, less than 30 seconds, the customer finished the payment and got notification messenger.
That was fast.
Yeah. So in the last 6 months, we find out about 900 new merchants. We sold even white label license to the bank. We did exclusive integration with the PayPal. We got alumni as a Visa Innovation Program and got investment from the US VC. We did a lot of projects in Portugal, in Poland, in Bulgaria. We reached about 7,000 business from our start. We have team of doers, achievers. Really glad to be with all these guys and achieve more results. But our next milestone is to get license for the full Europe and expand for the full Europe. That's why we're looking for 350,000K. That's it. Thank you very much. Glad to answer the questions.
Great. All right, let's move on straight to the questions. So grab your microphone and start.
Okay, thank you. What is your business model?
We take a commission fee. It's a, let's say, freemium. But we have premium model when a customer can pay subscription. It's really small, like from 50 euro, and start using additional functionality in our service, like integration with the CRM systems, with a call tracking system, with the accounting system, and so on. But we have, as I said, white label, special offer for the banks, corporations, when they're looking for such of product or service to present to their customers.
Okay, and how do you differentiate yourself from the competition, like, for example, MasterCard Wallet or, I don't know, Apple Pay and...
Yeah, it's like infrastructural, let's say, companies. Let's view it like on the roads of the payments. On the roads of the payments exist trucks. Yeah, like big cars with special needs, with a special licensing certificate to drive this truck. But let's say Tap to Pay is like automobile, just usual car or bicycle. So as this differentiation could be applied in us.
Sorry, but thank you for the presentation. But what's your strategy to entering the European, countries? Because like Poland is quite developed in the area of payment, and I'm not sure it's the best market for a solution like this because it's a big, like a competence. But what other countries? I mean, it's not better to enter to American, countries or.
Yeah, definitely. All European countries very different in terms of the payments even. But Poland, for us, really great because it's like the most competitive, I would say. When I first time opened e-commerce page for checkout with the 17 payment methods and the banks and so on, it was really crazy. But we have really unique proposition in the market. Only we can offer such of payment methods in a very unique channels like, let's say, Instagram, messengers, and so on. This is really easy to merchants activate it. and we can collaborate with the current payment providers in the market. Let's say we integrate Bleak, let's say we integrate PayPal, we integrate Stripe and other players, and it's for all of players win-win situation.
We have a bit less than 1 minute to go. Any other questions? All right. Would you like to add something to our audience here and on Hopin?
I would say go to the tap2pay.me, try to check out process, make a test payment, and realize if it will be integrated in your business and make more sales for you or maybe for your friends. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thanks. And I would like to invite now on stage the startup Egera and Tomasz. Please approach us. Here's your microphone. All right. I'm starting the clock to 3 minutes. Good luck.
Okay, hello. My name is Tomasz Limiszewski and I am co-founder of Egera.com and also the COO of this company. Okay, each of you probably is familiar with the cryptocurrency exchange platforms. Yeah, they have a nice interface, the mobile apps, and etc. Yeah, it's the nice thing, but we realized at the beginning of our MVP that it's not enough. That's why we decided to build a new ecosystem based on cryptocurrency market, which contains mainly the cryptocurrency-friendly internal institution, payment institution built in Poland. Currently we have the payment institution license made by KNF, Polish Financial Authority. We also have the trading desk, smart exchange for the less qualified investors, and also the big thing for the Polish market, which is the ATM exchange platform, which gives you possibility to withdraw your bitcoins directly in the ATM in more than 3,000 ATMs in Poland, which is the biggest Bitomat ATM networks in Poland right now, and we want to expand it to the whole Europe. Right now, we are focused on increasing the market by our part of the market by using our own infrastructure of the cryptocurrency wallets, which allows us to perform the market for the 98% of the digital assets. We also want to perform the expansion of our payment institution to the whole Europe and probably next time to the other countries. And we also want to launch the NFT market by giving the possibility to investors to purchase NFTs only by not by the Ethereum or other cryptocurrencies, only by, for example, Bleak or any other payment channels, which is most familiar for investors.
We'll try to fix that.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Yep. Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm sure we'll get there.
Okay. Okay.
I'll add additional 10 seconds for you.
Okay. And now we are on, and now we served more than 30,000 customers from the whole Poland. We made more than 1 million transactions and serve more than $500 million in the transaction turnover. Right now we are looking mostly for the liquidity providers for our internal markets, which we have the great opportunities for them to push the liquidity to our market because of, for example, the market spread, which is the most important thing for us to decrease in the next future. Here's the contact info to us. Let ask your questions and feel free to visit egera.com by QR code.
Super, thank you for your pitch. And now let's move on straight to the questions. So if our jury can take the microphone, if you have any questions to ask. All right.
Thank you very much. Could you tell us something more about your team?
Yeah, of course. Our team is mainly based in Poland. We've got about 20 developers, which are the most concerned on developing our product. Right now we've got ready to go product, and we focus only on the selling this, because since the 2019, when we start our journey with the cryptocurrency market exchange, we focused on the product, and now we are focused mainly on the marketing process.
And what are the main the growth blockers that you see ahead that you need to overcome?
Could you elaborate your question?
What can happen, or what is the biggest risk for the growth of your company?
In the case of our company, the biggest challenge is to find the liquidity providers, because we've got a little bit limits in this part of business, because it's really hard to develop the product and focus on the push the liquidity in big amount to the market by ourselves. So now the biggest challenge for us is to find and build the traders community who are interested in pushing the liquidity market and build the exchange between our users.
Okay, so if we have a little bit more time, so can you elaborate more about what's your unique selling proposition? I mean, why you are better than other places to buy, crypto?
Yeah, of course. The most important thing in our part of business is that we focus mainly on the local payment methods. So in the case of our competitors, you will never find probably the BLIK payment or local bank payments. In our case, we always focus on the giving to our users the unique value in case of local payments methods, which is faster and much more safe for our users.
We've got 30 seconds. We still have questions. Perfect.
Are you cooperating with traditional financial institutions in any way?
Yeah, we cooperate with the BLIK and with the Stripe. In the case of the payments, we've got the local payment institution, 2 local payment institutions in Poland, and we have the coverage of more than 100% local payments in Poland. And now we are expanding for the other countries of Europe.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Big round of applause. And now we will move on to Norma, who will be joining online, and that's the name of the startup. The name of the pitching representative will be Beryl Dora. So let's see if we can dial in. All right. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can see your presentation. I'm starting the clock. You've got 3 minutes. Good luck.
Perfect. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Beryl Dora, Head of Strategy for Norma, the first neobank for freelancers, micro businesses, and sole traders in Turkey. So today, if a freelancer, sole trader, or an entrepreneur, if they want to start a business, what do they need to do? First, they need to quit their boring day job as they crave more freedom and flexibility, then find a clever new name for their business, and then figure out how to register their business, find an office address, get business insurance, open a bank account, find an accountant, send invoices, manage their expenses, figure out how to make payments to their employees, and also try to get financing to grow their business and more. Is anyone else already exhausted? Siloed systems and slow processes, together with hidden and overwhelming fees and lack of financial education by traditional financial institutions, all lead to SMEs spending 60% of their precious time in non-core business-related activities. What if we could change that whole process around in every single aspect? Let's talk about Norma. So, if an entrepreneur wants to start a business, what do they need to do with Norma? Again, they still need to quit their boring day job, find a clever new name for their business, sign up with Norma, and Norma will tell them exactly what they need to do and the options they have to register their company and also run their business with financial confidence and ease. And all of this in one single platform in low cost and speed, and the best part, in a non-pretentious way to become the company synonymous with SMB finances and business management, and to do this globally. Our leadership team has deep experience in fintech, banking, and technology, and the vision to take Norma to the next step. Furthermore, Norma represents a gigantic opportunity of $900 million in serviceable addressable market based on 10% of market share only in Turkey and Poland. So far, Norma has raised $2.8 million in VC funding and angel investing. We have partnered with Visa for card services and CPay for payment services, already have more than 2,000 pre-registrations on our applications, and are ready to launch in Turkey in 2 weeks, and expect to launch in Europe, beginning in Poland in 2023. So, to move Norma forward on its journey, we need more capital, we need more partnerships, and most importantly, we need you to spread the word about Norma, a new generation of finance for freelancers, sole traders, and micro businesses. Thank you for listening, and I'm open to your questions.
Yes, exactly. I'm not sure if you heard, but we had a big round of applause from Wrocław, and now let's move on to the question.
Thank you. So you told us that you plan to expand your business to Poland. So in Poland, you will have a great competition from the banks side because they provide such services. So how do you want to compete with them, and what's your plan?
Sure, thank you. Great question. First of all, just to give a bit of a background as well, Turkey is also a very highly digitalized and highly penetrated market. So in that sense, it's a bit similar to Poland as well. And we have already done some market research in Poland, where we know that mBank and ING are very popular, as well as a few other providers. And we think that what would differentiate Norma in the sense is our comprehensive suite of offerings. In terms of we have a very strong suite of embedded, integrated accounting ecosystem that would be tied to the banking side of things, and then also invoicing and invoice matching. And we know that in Poland, for regulation-wise, e-invoicing is coming into service as well, into regulation in the near future. So our comprehensive suite of offerings, and not just on banking and accounting, but then also business insurance and various other services, I think would make us competitive in the Polish market as well. And we know that the trend in Poland is there's a trend of many people becoming sole traders and freelancers, and there's complicated tax regulations, very similar to Turkey as well. And that's why we kind of made the similarities between the two markets. And we think, regardless of the competition, we find Poland to be a very compelling market.
I think I will continue the question about the Polish market, because of course, as we are in Poland, it's really nice that you are thinking to entering here. But still, after I don't know the Turkish banking market, so I don't want to talk about this. But still, are you sure that this is the first step abroad, Turkey, Poland? Can you elaborate more? Why Poland? Because there are a lot of other countries. Germany is bigger. The banking system is worse, a lot of worse, and not so competitive. Because in Poland it's hard to, it's not easy to set up a company. That's why a lot of bank where I'm working are doing exactly what you're doing. Of course, our communication is different than the Norma is, so I understand the point of view, but. Tell me something more. Why Poland? Why Poland is the first step in the European Union?
Yeah. So fundamentally, we looked at obviously. So our target segments are micro SMEs, freelancers, and sole traders. So a very specific niche part of the market. And when you look at Poland in the last few years, the number of micro SMEs are growing quickly and positively as well, and even during the COVID period. So we think that there's a lot of room for more people to go in there and also provide services. So I think, and fundamentally, what banks do traditionally, they're risk managers, and what they they're really good at serving larger businesses and meeting their needs, and also they make fees off of lending. So they have kind of bigger fish to fry in another way of saying it. And so our focus target would be micro SME segments that is much more niche and have different needs and don't necessarily have in-house capacity to deal with everything finance. And with Norma, what they would be getting would be not just a banking service or not just an accountant service, but everything integrated in one platform from day one, registering their company. But then also when they have questions, they'll be able to be part of the Norma community and have their needs met and get also educated and informed, because that's also a big part of being an SME. And micro SME or freelancer sole trader, you don't necessarily have the full financial background, and you don't have time, and your time is very precious. And with Norma, they would be able to also become more empowered in running their business. So we wouldn't just be looking to provide services and get fees from customers, but I think the offering that comes with Norma and what we're trying to do is create a community of freelancers, sole traders that are way more empowered when doing what they're doing.
Firstly, we ran out of time, but big round of applause for Norma and Beryl. So, thank you very much. This was the Fintech Great Pitch Contest session powered by Greenhouse by Comarch. So once again, big thanks to our judges, Piotr Filipiak, Konrad Ozdowy, Tomasz Michalek, and Łukasz Słoniewski that we had here. Also, big round of applause. And I'd like to add that Greenhouse by Comarch is also granting an award for selected startups, and there will be business consultations for them. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in 5 minutes right here with a new batch of startups. See you soon.